In the past 18 months, more and more government workers are going back into the office. The telework rate has been on a sharp decline. Let's take a look and find out what's going on. A recent survey showed that 36% of federal employees are back at their work sites full time. This is over a third of all government workers are back on the grind as if the pandemic never happened. 18% of people stated that they haven't been at the office at all. These are the true 100% remote work workers. Now keep in mind, a couple of years ago, this number was closer to 100%, and today it's 18%. Everyone else is splitting their time between telework and actually working on site. Most people I know are falling into this category where they have to go to the office at least 2 or 3 times a week, but then the other days they're able to work from home. Now, if we look at the remote work section on usajobs.gov, there's usually between 400 and 500 100% remote work jobs available. And if you're searching for a job right now, I would recommend that you include this filter in your job search. These type of jobs are a little bit more competitive because more applicants are applying so that they can work from home too. But why not try to get a job that allows you to have more freedom? Now in the future, this number could be shrinking down. A lot of these people in the managerial level, they want to see their people back in the office, and that's what this report is suggesting. Reports indicate that more people are applying for remote work jobs. Not just for government jobs, but also private sector jobs. On Indeed and LinkedIn, at the beginning of the year, it was 1 out of every 5 jobs offered remote work. Now that number has fallen, right? So instead of 20%, it's now at 14%. And it's looking like it will continue to decline. And more people are applying for a smaller segment of those type of jobs. So let's look at the complete US labor market. We find that 15% of all American workers are still working completely from home. I think this is the goal for most of us. To be able to roll out of bed, flip open your laptop, and boom, you're at work. Now it's not for everybody, but I think it's for the majority. Then we have 30% of American workers are maintaining hybrid schedules, and the remaining 55% are working in person full time. So the majority do have to leave home. And we have those professions out there like a mechanic or a dentist or a doctor, and they actually have to be in the office because doing their trade or their craft or their type of work is impossible from a remote work setting. There was an analysis done recently that showed working from home has saved Americans 60 million hours of commute time each day. And that's just the commuting. We're not even talking about the gas stations, filling up the vehicle, waiting at the train station, going to the dry cleaners. We're not talking about that. So what would you do with all this time if you had to commute? All these hours. I know what I would be doing. I know what I am doing. I'm resting more. I'm exercising more. I have more time to spend with people. So we all know it's been a pretty bad year as a whole for this economy. And as we approach 2023, it's looking like it could get a lot worse. And if that's the case, workers are going to have a lot less bargaining power. So we're not going to be able to demand or request the teleworking feature. It's going to be looked at as a benefit, right? It's a benefit that largely benefits the individual. Now, sure, you can make a case saying that for the employer, they don't have to spend utilities. They don't have to, have a large footprint, a big building. But for the most part, it's the employees that are requesting the telework. So this could end up dramatically changing as we go into 2023. There are still some employers and companies out there that are afraid or fearful to allow their workers to work from home. Why is this? Well, here are some of the reasons. A lack of collaboration. We all know there's software available like Microsoft Teams and Zoom. But for a lot of managers, they don't believe the same level of collaboration can occur in a remote setting. Next is there's no sense of control. Some supervisors love to be able to poke their head out of the office, look and say, oh, hey Brad, hey Susan, you guys working hard? They love that feeling of control. You don't get the same type of feeling in a virtual environment. Next is informal learning is harder to do. This is the idea where you have a group of employees and they're all around the water cooler or they're all socializing over a cup of coffee. And the next thing you know, one person says, hey, come over here, Tim. Let me show you something real quick. And they're able to give, little bits of training. Let me show you how to pull up that graph on Excel. And they go through the motions. So it's not formalized. It's not something that was planned and developed. It's just kind of spur of the moment. That is called informal learning. Now, if you find yourself in a situation where you're looking for remote work right now, it might be the best time to apply now. We don't know what's going to be coming up in the future. And if you're interested in attaining a government remote work job, then I have 8 steps for you that will help you attain a federal government job. And you can find out about them if you watch this video next. If you would like to see more videos like this, please click like and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.